And good evening, everyone. Welcome to WREP 15 Sports. It's Friday night. We've got girls basketball. This game was originally scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, but in pending weather, we wanted to make sure we get this game in. So the girls' game moved to tonight, Friday night, and then the boys' varsity team will come up right after this one. We're going to take you courtside to public address announcer Phil Deckard for the starting lineups of the Martinsville Lady Artesians. And that was public address announcer Phil Deckard with the starting lineups for tonight's Martinsville Lady Artesians taking on the Perry Meridian Lady Falcons. Coach Johnson facing her former alma mater. Coach Johnson graduated from Perry Meridian High School and now facing her former team on the Artesian sideline. Artesians come into tonight's game 14-6, 5-0 in the Mid-State. This is a conference game, mind you, as Perry Meridian just joined the Mid-State Conference this season, as Perry Meridian comes into tonight's game 8-11, 2-3 in conference. So the Artesians looking to remain perfect in the Mid-State Conference and try to take that conference crown. They'll play tonight, and then their next game will be at Franklin, and that will be a big one, especially if the Artesians can get a win here. If they get a win here, they'll at least guarantee a share of the Mid-State Conference title. But if they get a win here and then a win against Franklin, they will guarantee to get a win the entire Mid-State Conference. We've got a little hold-up here. Official discussing things with athletic director and head basketball coach Kip Staggs. Looks like the official has made the Artesian bench move down, which I've never seen. The Artesian bench, as far as I've been broadcasting, even when I'm a student here coming to games, players have always been able to sit right there near the scorer's table. But for some reason, particularly this official has made the Artesian bench move down a few feet. So that means the bench will have to go all the way in front of the student section. So kind of an odd thing to see here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. I guess there's a first for everything as Marlena Kemp wins the tip for the Artesians, and we are underway. Short little delay, but this game, like I said, rescheduled. Was originally supposed to be played tomorrow afternoon, but impending weather, wanted to make sure we get this conference game in and get this game going. So it's a Friday night game here for the Lady Artesians. Patience Walker with it. Perry Meridian coached by longtime head coach Mike Armstrong. Bethany Mackin being guarded by number 4, Savannah Pipes. Gracie, she goes right at the basket, puts it up, too strong, but Paige Dorset with the offensive rebound. She can't hit the putback, and now Perry Meridian comes the other way with it. So a couple good chances for the Artesians there, but just couldn't get the ball to fall. Artesians show man-to-man defense here. Check that. Nope, it's 2-3 zone defense is what they're showing. And caused a turnover right there as Pipes shuffled her feet with it as she went toward the basket. So first turnover will belong to the Perry Meridian Falcons. 6:48 to go early here in the first quarter. Still scoreless at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Page tried to get it down low, lost the handle, and here comes Perry Meridian. At the corner, good move, good defensive movement there by Mackin. Long three by Pipes is no good, and Marlena Kemp with the rebound. Gracie gets it to Walker. Three ball, it's good. Patience Walker with the three. Meridian gets it in the middle, puts up a shot off the glass, no good. And Gracie Johnson will come up with it, looks ahead to Patience. Patience drives, puts up a shot, and scores. Patience with 5 quick points, back-to-back buckets for her. 5-0 lead, Artesians. 5:45 left to go in the first quarter. You're watching WREP 15 Sports. If you're watching live through YouTube, we appreciate that. Good find down low. Sally Mortensen with the bucket, but a great find by number 22, Booker, for Perry Meridian on the assist. So Perry Meridian gets on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Patience drives, puts up a floater, cannot hit it. Ball poked away. Paige Dorsett comes away with it, and she's fouled, and we'll go to the free throw line. Good job by Marlena Kemp to tip that, keep that alive. And Paige Dorsett with the rebound, and now she's at the line getting ready to shoot 2 free throws. And gets that one to fall through. I mentioned Paige done a really nice job later here in the season from the free throw line. Struggled a little bit early on, but the last few games has really done a dynamite job. But can't hit that one, but a rebound and a foul. As Delaney Wolf, the freshman, got the offensive board, and now she's at the line to shoot 2 free throws. First one is up and good. So another freshman coming up into the game is number 15, Ashlyn Traylor. She's come on strong here late in the year. Really good job off the bench as Delaney Wolf hits them both. Artesians have an early 8-2 lead. Artesians stay in zone here. And Perry Meridian's going to reset. Booker with it at the top of the key for the Falcons. Check that, that's Dale with the basketball. Now Booker has it. She'll try the three. No good off the mark. Ashlyn Traylor goes after it. And we're going to have a foul. I believe this is going to go on Traylor for the Artesians. And it is. It's Ashlyn Traylor's first, the team's first, and Perry Meridian will have the basketball underneath their own basket for an out-of-bounds play. Dale with the three. It's no good, and Marlena Kemp had a chance at it, couldn't quite get it. And that three's taken, no good. Another long rebound, but it's a push in the back. Foul's going to be called on Molly Armstrong, and Artesian will get the basketball. Paige Dorsett will come back in for Marlena Kemp. 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Artesians with an early 8-2 lead. Patience gets it to, now Johnson has it. The free throw line, Paige Dorsett, but now it's Traylor with it. Nice pass from Delaney Wolf to Gracie Johnson, but a foul is going to be before the shot on the floor, so Artesians will have it underneath their own basket for an out-of-bounds play. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. We got a girls varsity, boys varsity doubleheader for you. Patience Walker wide open for three. She'll take it and cannot hit it, but the long rebound, Patience gets it. Nice find to Paige Dorsett, and it falls. And a 30-second timeout is going to be taken by Perry Meridian coach Armstrong. Talk things over as Artesians have jumped out to an early 10-2 lead. Patience Walker with 5 points, Paige Dorsett with 3, and Delaney Wolf with 2. Coach Johnson's had some early substitutions, kind of rotating some players pretty quickly. Artesians right now doing a nice job. The defense playing that zone, and the Falcons just haven't been able to knock down some shots. They've had some open looks, but just haven't been able to knock them down. So Artesians will stay in the 2-3 zone. And Booker will walk it up. In the corner, Booker has it. Do a shot fake, pass it. Now Mortensen with it. He's doing a nice job of not giving up any easy shots. Any shot to Perry Meridian, it's been a long 3. Down low, though, straight up is Trailer, and she's going to get hit with a foul. And that's going to be number 2 for her if that is who they call it on. And they don't, fortunately. It's Delaney Wolf, her first. Trailer already has 1 foul. At the line, shooting 2. First one good for Mortensen. She has been the only one to find the scoring column in this first quarter for Perry Meridian. And does get the second one. Gracie gets it up to Trailer. Trailer, nice find to Paige Dorsett, puts it up. Can't finish, but gets her own rebound. Goes up, and she'll earn a trip to the line for 2 more free throws. First one is up and good. Paige 2 for 3 so far tonight. Second one is up and good. So Paige gets them both, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and the Artesians with just under 3 minutes to go with an early 12-4 lead here. Trying to pick up a conference win and stay undefeated in the mid-state. Good quick hands by Gracie Johnson to tip that out of bounds. It will stay with Perry Meridian, however. Mortensen with it, gets it to Booker. Now Booker will kind of dribble it up top. Mortensen down low, tried to fire it into Katie Baird and just could not find her. Good idea, but too much heat and too much height on that pass. Thrown out of bounds, and now the Artesians will have it. And Perry Meridian's going to show a little bit of pressure. Try to slow down the Artesians, and Patience Walker has it, gets a little tied up, but is able to break through. And now Artesians in the half court will set up their offense. Ashland with it, goes baseline, puts up a shot, cannot get it, but gets her own rebound. Now looking for a little help in, can't find Paige Dorsett, throws it away. Pipes with it. Now White, she's picked up her dribble, but no problem, can find Ariana Booker, and Booker will set up the offense. Down low, tried to find Baird, but Delaney Wolf and Ashland Trailer, the freshman there. Wolf with the tip and Trailer with the steal. 1:51 to go. Artesians a 12-4 lead. So far, so good here in the first quarter at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Trailer goes up a little too far underneath the basket, can't get the shot, and now here come the Falcons. Mortensen going to try to take it all the way. She is bumped and fouled on the floor. Patience Walker picked up that foul. Bethany Mackin will come back in for Delaney Wolf. The freshman had good minutes off the bench. Inbound pass to Mortensen. They missed Baird. Baird kind of spun around and was wide open underneath the basket. Had her defender to her back, but Perry Meridian didn't see her. And now they've got the offense. White with a long three. It's no good. And Traylor, the freshman, with the rebound, being hounded, but she's able to get it to Johnson, who gets it to Walker, who will put up a shot and score. So Patience Walker with another bucket. She's got 7 in the first quarter, and the Artesians with a 10-point lead with 1:11 left to go. And Coach Armstrong is going to call a full timeout. So 14-4, Patience Walker with 7, and then Paige Dorsett, she's got 5 points, and Delaney Wolf with 2. Artesians looking good here in this first quarter. Like I said, they're 5-0 in the Mid-State Conference. A win here would make them 6-0 and would bring up a key game next week at Franklin. Franklin comes in tonight. They're 4-1 in the Mid-State, so if they get a win this weekend, they'll move to 5-1. A win here for the Artesians would at least clinch them a share of the Mid-State Conference, but I'm sure Coach Johnson and the rest of the Lady Artesians want the whole thing. If they can win here tonight and then beat Franklin on the road next week, they'll stay undefeated in conference and claim the entire Mid-State Conference title for themselves. Hard to believe, but girls basketball season slowly coming to a close here, at least the regular season. Artesians after tonight have 2 games left, both on the road. And Paige Dorsett nearly had a steal, but just couldn't keep it from going out of bounds. Did knock it out. Good hustle by her. Sectional draw will be this Sunday. It's a blind draw, so the Artesians will know who they face in sectionals sometime Sunday evening, as there's a foul called. See who this is going to be on. It's 33 Patience Walker, so that's her second. A lot of fouls called in this first quarter, 10 total for both teams. 4 team fouls for Artesian, 6 for Perry Meridian. Skip pass to White, who gets it back up top for Perry Meridian. Perry Meridian passing it quickly, but Artesian's doing a nice job. Alters that shot. White no good, and now Traylor comes with it. That's a little look off, no good. Can't hit the layup. And now up. Can Gracie Johnson catch up to her? She does. Fouls her, and will force our Ariana Booker to earn it from the free throw line. 30 seconds left here. Artesians currently with a 10-point advantage, 14-4 here in the first quarter. First free throw for Booker is good. Some substitutions made by both teams. And that one's off the back there, and Paige Dorsett with the rebound, and Gracie with it. We'll see how aggressive Artesians are. Gets that pass. Delaney Wolf puts up a shot and scores. So 4 points for the freshman off the bench. And they've got the 16-5 lead. 13 seconds now. Perry Meridian, will they get the last shot? Artesians stay in the 2-3 zone. I believe they've been in this defense the entire first quarter. Booker will try a 3. It's no good. Marlena Kemp has her hands on it, but that will do it. And after the first quarter, the Artesians with a nice 16-5 lead against the conference foe Perry Meridian Falcons. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Sportsmanship doesn't happen just on the court or on the field or on the mat. It doesn't happen only in the pool or on the green or the track. It also happens in the stands, on the sidelines, on the web, and at home. That's because sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. We remind you to practice good sportsmanship at all high school sporting events. Treat athletes and officials with respect during competition and especially in social media. And support your team's coaching staff. Remember, sportsmanship has a face. Yours. A message from your high school and the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And welcome back, everyone. WREP 15 Sports. Thanks if you're following us live through the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. Hopefully you've been following us all season long. As the Artesians with a nice 16-5 lead after one quarter of play here against the Perry Meridian Falcons. Here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium, a rescheduled game. This game was originally taken away by Delaney Wolf. Delaney has got it and gets it, tries to get it to Gracie Johnson. It squeaks through, so Artesians will reset it here. Like I said, this game was originally supposed to be Saturday afternoon, but because of the impending weather possibly coming in, they wanted to make sure this conference game got played. So they moved it to Friday night, made it a girls-boys doubleheader. Boys varsity team will also play Perry Meridian as soon as this game is over. Nice cut. Bethany Mackin gets it to Kemp for the baseline jumper, and it falls through. Marlena Kemp with the bucket. Her first of the night. And good step in there by Paige Dorsett. Marlena Kemp goes on the floor. Paige Dorsett and Bethany Mackin both thinking the same thing. Both kind of went after the ball, and neither one could complete the steal, but good job by Bethany Mackin to get on the floor and force the jump ball. Possession arrow was in favor of the Artesians, so they'll get it. Mackin drives, puts it up, and gets it to fall. So good start to the second quarter. Artesians not letting their foot off the accelerator. I'm sure that's exactly what Coach Johnson wants to see. A little bit of pressure. Perry Meridian's able to get through. Baird with it now. She's the leading scorer. She's been held scoreless so far in this game. Artesian's done a nice job on number 10 of Perry Meridian. And Paige Dorsett tries to take it away. Forces a jump ball. It will stay here with the Falcons. It's a nice crowd here for this girls team with the doubleheader. These are kind of the crowds you're going to see come tournament time. So maybe as Gracie Johnson completes the steal. She got her fingertips on it, then wrestled it away. Marlena Kemp down low and scores. Great assist by Gracie Johnson. Great steal before that by her. And then Marlena Kemp finishes the great play with the bucket. White gets stopped by Paige Dorsett. A long three is no good. And Delaney Wolf will pick up the loose ball. Gets it to Gracie Johnson. Now Gracie Johnson. Down low to Marlena. Marlena, a little turnaround jumper. It's blocked by Baird. And now here comes Perry Meridian. Artesian staying in the 2-3 zone. It has worked so far with Perry Meridian only being able to put 5 points on the scoreboard. Perry Meridian just has not been able to get anything offensively. They've had a few threes that they've taken. They just haven't fallen, but you got to credit the Artesian defense for really keeping the Perry Meridian team out of the middle and not giving up any easy baskets. Perry Meridian having to shoot a lot of threes, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Delaney Wolf. That looked good from up here, but official's going to pick up the foul there, as that'll be the sixth team foul, I should say, for the Artesians. Second on the freshman. So both teams now with 6 fouls apiece. A lot of whistles blown here in this first half. So the next foul by either team will send someone to the free throw line, and a turnover for Perry Meridian. Just a bad pass and over and back call. So now Artesians will get it back. Mackin with it now. Gets it down low. Paige Dorsett nowhere to go. Marlena Kim's open for a moment. Nice move by Gracie Johnson. She can't get the teardrop to fall and a tie up, but it will stay on the Artesian side. Perry Meridian will have a couple of substitutions here. 4 minutes, 34 seconds left to go in the first half. Artesians with the 22-5 lead. And they have been in control ever since the tip. Mackin from the paint, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Perry Meridian. Good help by Bethany Mackin there on the baseline. Turns away Booker, and now she's got to dribble back up top to reset. Artesian's doing a nice job of not really giving up anything easy. And just like when you think Perry Meridian has a easy pass, they step in and take it away. Wolf can't complete the layup. Loose ball picked up by Marlena Kemp. It's no good. Kemp goes on the floor, but Perry Meridian is the one that comes up with it. Baird with it. Nice defense by Dorsett, but a good pass there from Baird to Sally Mortensen with the bucket, and that's the first points in this second quarter for the Falcons with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. And Sally Mortensen, she's got 6 points out of 17 points for Perry Meridian. Three taken by Wolf. It's no good. Rebounded by the Falcons. Page stepped into that. Could not get the steal. Booker will try a three. It's no good. Perry Meridian has not been able to hit the three ball. Now Gracie, of course, she takes it all the way, gets it blocked, but Booker got too much of the arm, and Gracie Johnson will go to the free throw line for two. Gracie Johnson at the free throw line. Hits the first one. That's her first point of the game, but she has done so much. She is such an important part of this team, just running the offense, handling the basketball, finding the right player to get the ball to, and hits them both. So even though she doesn't get a lot of tally marks in the scorebook, she does so much offensively and defensively for this team. Very important part of this team as Perry Meridian gets a long two, and Marlena Kemp, great position, perfect box out. And Delaney Wolf gets it to Bethany Mackin. She'll pull up a shot. It's good. Bethany Mackin. She's got 4 on the night. Good help there. Paige Dorsett got her hand on it to knock it away, and a kick, and it will go to the Artesians as the Perry Meridian player was the one that kicked it. So the Artesians will have it out of bounds. With 2:16 left, Artesians have extended their lead to 26-7. Artesians playing great basketball tonight in front of a good crowd. Like I said, it's going to be a girls-boys doubleheader as Paige Dorsett hits that 15-footer. She's got 7. Artesian's doing a great job of getting everybody involved in this game. You can't focus on just one player. Baird thought about the three, gives it to Booker. The Falcons have not had a lot of success from behind the three. Baird's going to try it and hits it. Like I just said that, and then Katie Baird hits the three, the first three of the game for Perry Meridian. And Delaney Wolf couldn't hit that jumper. Now here come the Falcons. Gracie Johnson going to get called for a foul. Thought she might have got all ball, but nope, got too much of the arm, and Gracie Johnson picks up that foul. We'll see. That is number second foul on Gracie Johnson, so more than likely Coach Johnson's going to get a sub for her. She does not want to pick up that third here, and that is off the front of the rim. And Allie Dale will have one more coming up. As Abby Bauman will come in for Gracie Johnson. And that's no good. Delaney Wolf with it now. So the freshman with the point, directing traffic. Orlando Kemp, little inside-out game. Mackin gets inside, puts up a shot, and scores. Bethany Mackin with 6 points in this quarter. Under a minute to go now. Artesian with a 20-point lead, 30-10. And they're going to get a foul on Paige Dorsett. Paige Dorsett, that's her first personal. 2 free throws coming up for Perry Meridian. And Savannah Pipes hits the first one. She's got one more coming up. It's only the 6th point that Perry Meridian has scored in this quarter. But it is more than what they had in the first quarter. Only scored 5 in that first quarter. Savannah Pipes hits them both, her first points of the game. So with 50 seconds left, freshman Delaney Wolf with it. Bauman. And tried to get it to Wolf, but couldn't find her, in a steal and a score. Allie Dale with the bucket. So a little bit of a mini run here for the Falcons as this second quarter is about to come to a close. And loose ball, another one picked up all the way. Traylor tried to alter the shot, and she did. And Wolf with it now and gets it to Bethany Mackin. Mackin with it. Traylor picked up her dribble, but does get it to Delaney Wolf. Bauman, 6 seconds left. Wolf with it. Puts up the shot and is fouled with 3.3 seconds left on the clock. Delaney Wolf at the free throw line. 2 shots coming up. And gets that one to roll. She's a perfect 3 for 3 from the free throw line so far tonight. And gets them both. See if Perry Meridian can get a shot off. 2 seconds, 1 second, puts it up. It is no good. And the Artesians with an excellent first half here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. They lead it by 18 going into the locker room, 32-14. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with some halftime stats right after this.
Our definition of a relationship is being able to look you in the eye and hear about your concern, hearing about your family, hearing about your job, hearing about your aspirations, getting to know you, and positioning ourselves to help you meet those dreams. Now that sounds pretty old-fashioned, but we're not willing to give that up. We're simply not going to give that up.
For all the banking services you need, there's no place like home.
Join the majority.
And welcome back, everyone, to WREP 15 Sports here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Martinsville Artesians at halftime lead it against the Mid-State Conference foe, Perry Meridian Falcons, 32-14, as the John R. Wooden Middle School 7th and 8th grade girls basketball team being honored here at halftime. They're at center court. So we'd like to thank the 7th and 8th grade girls for all their hard work as they hopefully become future Lady Artesians. The 7th and 8th grade John R. Wood Middle School girls basketball team being honored here tonight at John R. Wood Gymnasium. Do a quick recap on scoring here and kind of tell you how the Artesians got to this 32-14 lead. First for Perry Meridian, Ariana Booker with 1 point. Savannah Pipes with 2 points and Allie Dale with 2 points. Katie Bayer, the leading scorer for the Perry Meridian Lady Falcons, only with 3 points in this first half. And Sally Mortensen with 6 points. So 14 points for the Falcons. And 4 or 6 of those points kind of came at the end of the first half pretty quickly for Perry Meridian, but Artesian stayed in a 2-3 zone pretty much throughout that whole first half and did a really nice job of not letting Perry Meridian get any easy shots underneath or get in the middle of the lane. Perry Meridian shot a lot of threes, only hit one of them. So Artesians forced the Falcons to shoot some long shots, couldn't come up with them. And Martinsville really strong defensively in that first half during that 2-3 zone that they played pretty much throughout the entire first half. Coach Johnson has to be happy with the defensive effort from the Lady Artesians as they've kept the Lady Falcons to only 14 points. As you see, the halftime is the post-prom committee fundraiser, which they've been doing this for just about every game, boys and girls game. Basically, you pay $1, have a chance for a 3-point shot. If you hit it, you win a 2-liter of soda. All proceeds go to the post-prom. So a fun little fundraiser. Everyone that is in attendance can get involved and buy a ticket for $1. As we go back to kind of the halftime stats of this game and tell you a little bit of how Artesians have the 32-14 lead. The Artesians scoring-wise, Gracie Johnson with 2 points, but like I mentioned, just such a strong point guard, really steady, runs the offense really smoothly, passes the ball, finds the right player to get it to, plays good defense. You kind of saw a little bit when she went out with that minute and 20 seconds of the second quarter as she picked up her second foul. Artesian offense kind of stalled a little bit, had some turnovers. You just see the importance of her on the court, even though she may not get in the scoring column as much as some other players, really does a great job of running that point guard position. She's got 2 points. Marlena Kemp, she's got 4 points, also doing a good job playing defense, denying the basketball inside and attacking the boards. Delaney Wolf, the freshman, doing a nice job. She's got 5 points coming off the bench and getting some quality minutes for the Lady Artesians. Delaney Wolf, the freshman, with 5 points. Bethany Mackin has 6 points. She had all those 6 points in the second quarter. So Bethany Mackin with 6. And then tied for high point for the Artesians, Paige Dorsett with 7 points. Patience Walker also with 7 points. Now Patience Walker scored 7 points and got all those in the first quarter, so that kind of shows you how dangerous Martinsville can be. Patience Walker, leading scorer for the Artesians, had 7 points in that first quarter, but Perry Meridian couldn't just focus on her as Patience was on the bench. She had 2 fouls, so she was on the bench a lot in that second quarter. But still, the Artesians, scoring-wise, did not lose a beat, and that's how they have an 18-point lead, 32-14. Martinsville's got to really cause some headaches for some opposing coaches because you can't focus on just one player. There's a lot of players that Martinsville has that can beat you on the offensive side or the defensive side of the ball, and that's going to become really important come tournament time as the Artesians right now lead Perry Meridian 32-14. This is a conference game in the Mid-State Conference. Artesians 5-0, Perry Meridian at 2-3. Artesians with a win here will at least get a share of the Mid-State Conference title. They play at Franklin next week. If Franklin wins their game this weekend, they'll be at 5-1. Artesians will be at 6-0 next week. That'll basically be for the conference crown. If Martinsville wins it, they win the Mid-State Conference title outright. That's something I know Coach Johnson and her team really wants to have. I'm sure that's one of her goals, is to win the conference, and they have a chance to do that. They got to take care of business tonight, finish strong, and they also need to get a win at Franklin next week. Sectional time is coming up. The sectional draw will be this Sunday, so just in a couple days, the Artesians will know who they will play in sectionals. Sectionals will be at Whiteland this year. The Artesians, you would think, would be one of the favorites, but also have a Center Grove team who has won 16 games in a row. The Center Grove team, the Artesians have already played twice. They lost both times, but that second time they played at the tournament at Columbus North, the Subway Invitational, Artesians only lost to Center Grove by 4 points, so much improved game against the Center Grove Trojans that second time around. So I'm sure Martinsville, Center Grove, and you cannot forget about Whiteland. Artesians, they beat Whiteland early on in the season, and Whiteland has gotten better. So those three teams are teams you really have to look out for in Martinsville sectional. Martinsville, Center Grove, Whiteland, either one of those teams could come away with the conference crown, but it's tournament time. You never know. Team could get hot, Greenwood or Franklin, and could surprise some teams. But Martinsville, Center Grove, Whiteland, probably the favorites. But we will know who Martinsville will play this Sunday. Sectional draws coming out this Sunday. Hard to believe the girls' basketball regular season about to come to a close. Artesians after tonight will have 2 games, all on the road, at Franklin and then at Columbus East. Got about a minute and a half left. We're just going to stay right here. About a minute and a half left before the start of the second half. Following tonight's game, stay with us if you're watching live on youtube.com. MHS Rewind YouTube channel. Boys varsity basketball follows this game, and they also will be playing conference foe Perry Meridian. So boys, girls doubleheader, Martinsville, Perry Meridian. Fun night here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Like I said, good crowd, and this is a good crowd for the girls to experience. This is probably their biggest crowd that they've seen all season long, and this is the type of crowd that they will have during tournament time. So good to kind of get a bit of that crowd environment, see what that's going to be like come tournament time. So Artesians, 18-point lead. I do like how in the second quarter the Artesians didn't let their foot off the gas. They continued to attack, continued to play basketball, and I think that's a big reason why they still have a 18-point lead. They had an 11-point lead at the end of the first quarter, now an 18-point lead at the end of the first half. So hopefully they can continue to do that in the third quarter, not let their foot off the gas, keep on Perry Meridian. And we're just about getting ready to get underway here. As Perry Meridian was a little late coming out of the locker room. So a little confusion for Perry Meridian. They were a little late coming out of the locker room, but we're getting underway here. Third quarter here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Shot is up, no good. Good defense by the Artesians. That's off the backboard, out of bounds, and Martinsville will take over. Gracie Johnson has it near half court. Perry Meridian kind of showing a 2-3 zone of their own. Key to getting having success against a 2-3 zone, get it into the middle or hit the 3 ball, kind of shoot out of it. And kick, and it will stay with Martinsville as Perry Meridian with the kick ball. Artesian will have it out on the side. So Perry Meridian 2-3 zone trying to slow down Martinsville's offense. They scored 32 points in that first half. Patience from the corner, cannot hit it, off the mark. And now Perry Meridian with the rebound. Mortensen, leading scorer for Perry Meridian, with it. Gets it to Booker, who gets cut off by Page at the baseline. Shot put up, no good, but a foul is called. And Allie Dale will be sent to the free throw line. Foul number 2 on Paige Dorsett, as Dale's first free throw is good. Second free throw is off the back of the rim. Gracie Johnson with it now. 6.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Gets in the middle. It's a little inside-out game. Patience drug her feet, though, as she went to attack the basket. Traveling call, turnover for the Artesians. Now Perry Meridian with it. Try to get it down low to Bayard, and off the fingertips of Perry Meridian's Bayard is Katie Bayard. Leading scorer, like I said, for Perry Meridian, but only 3 points to show in that first half of 3 ball. She's been the only one to be able to hit one from outside the 3-point arc. Dangerous pass, but gets it to Dorsett through some traffic, and now Bethany Mackin with it. Skip pass. Bethany Mackin now. Artesian just kind of working it around the perimeter. Patience, she drives baseline, tried to get it to Marlena Kemp, but it was kicked. Artesian will have it out underneath their own basket. Mackin gets it at the free throw line to Marlena Kemp, but it's taken away, and a foul on Marlena. So this zone is taken a little bit out of the Artesian offense. They've scoreless so far. They've burned some clock. They've got a 17-point lead, but still, this offense has gone a little stagnant to start this third quarter. Fortunately for the Artesians, Perry Meridian offensively on their own end, and only has 1 point to show in this third quarter. And good defense by Gracie Johnson, takes it away, but either dribbled it or stepped on the baseline. So Perry Meridian will get it back, but a good quick hands by Gracie Johnson. Bayard, good pass, and the bucket by Booker. And Coach Johnson's going to take a quick 30-second timeout, make sure Perry Meridian doesn't go on a bit of a run here. Artesians had a game somewhat similar. I don't think they controlled the first half as much as they did tonight, but they hosted Noblesville one Saturday afternoon. And had a nice, comfortable lead at the first quarter, first half, and then Noblesville just kind of slowly chipped away at it in the second half. So Artesians coming out of the timeout. We'll see if Coach Johnson makes any adjustments. Gracie with it. Gets it across half court. I think Artesian will work it a little bit. And it's taken away. Patience Walker gets it stolen away by Allie Dale. Cannot finish the layup. Out of bounds, last touch by Perry Meridian. So once again, the offense here for Martinsville a little stagnant. And Bethany Mackin with it. Good find. Marlena Kemp down low and scores. Good find from Bethany Mackin. So now the Artesians, they're going to show a little pressure of their own. Shot is up, no good. Marlena Kemp battles for it, and last touched by the Artesians. So Perry Meridian will have it underneath their own basket. Perry Meridian a little trouble getting it in, but does get it in. Safety valves Mortensen up top. Perry Meridian will work it around. The ball's tipped. Mortensen will drive baseline. Gets cut off by Kemp, but a little contact, and Mortensen will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws coming up here. 3:21 to go in the third quarter. Artesians a little stagnant offensively, but Perry Meridian hasn't gone on a scoring run just yet, so Artesian defense still staying strong as Mortensen hits that first free throw. Low scoring third quarter. Perry Meridian with 4 points. Artesians with only 2. Mortensen on the second, and it does rattle through. It's Gracie. She's going to get trapped. Picks up her dribble at the worst possible time, and Coach Johnson's going to call a full timeout. Trying to clap and get her team a little bit more into this third quarter. Artesian's been a little sluggish. Gracie Johnson made a rare mistake. Such a good point guard, but picked up her dribble right there before half court and really was nowhere to go. Coach Johnson had to call a timeout to keep the possession alive for Martinsville. We've got 3 minutes, 16 seconds left in the third quarter. A 34-19 advantage for Martinsville. Like I said, they win here, they're going to be guaranteed at least a share of the Mid-State Conference. They play at Franklin next week, and depending on what Franklin does this weekend, that game could be for the conference championship. Martinsville would have a chance to win it outright if they can close this out. But a loss against Franklin could possibly end up in a having to share it with the Franklin Grizzly Cubs. I'm sure Coach Johnson and her team want that conference championship all to themselves. They'll have a chance to do that if they can finish this game out here. They've got 1 more quarter to go. Third quarter, 3 minutes, 16 seconds left. They still have a 15-point lead, but this third quarter, not the picture of perfection for Coach Johnson. I'm sure she knows that, and a lot of that is Perry Meridian's kind of thrown a zone in at him and hasn't been quite as successful. It's Patience. She's going to get attack. Nice find to Paige Dorsett. Puts it up, but it's blocked. Paige gets her own rebound, and Artesian will reset it. Marlena Kemp at the free throw line. It's a tip, and loose ball is going to go out of bounds. We'll stick with the Artesians. So Patience will inbound it for Martinsville. Marlena Kemp on the right side. And I don't know if the ball was tipped or if it's going to be an over and back. looks like it was last touched by Martinsville, so not an over and back, but the ball did get touched by a Martinsville player. So it will be Perry Meridian's ball. So still, Artesian with only 2 points in this third quarter, yet should feel pretty fortunate. They've got a 34-19 lead still. As Perry Meridian, they've only been able to muster up 5 points this third quarter. Baird will try a three. It's no good. She's been the only one to hit one for Perry Meridian so far, but it's no good, and Martinsville will get it back. So I'm sure Coach Johnson, once this game is over, is going to go to the film and see what went wrong in this third quarter and why Martinsville hasn't really had the success offensively that they did in that first half, because you know you're going to have opponents scouting, especially with tournament time right around the corner. They're going to try to replicate what Perry Meridian's done here to take Martinsville out of their offense a little bit. As fans continue to pour in here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium, like I said, this is a good crowd, a good test for Martinsville. Probably the biggest crowd they've played and will play this regular season. This is the type of crowd you're going to see during sectional time, which is right around the corner. The draw is going to be this Sunday, and then first game should be end of this month, going into the first weekend of February. Mackin, little pass to Kemp, can't hit the baseline jumper. Marlena's had a lot of success, but good hustle by Patience Walker. Gets the loose ball right in front of Perry Meridian's number 44, Lexi Dale. And the foul is going to go against number 22, Ariana Booker. That's number 4 for her. Second team foul. Gracie Johnson open there momentarily, but decides to dribble it back out and start the offense up again. Patience gets stopped at the free throw line, gets it to Gracie. Nice play there, Gracie Johnson. Found Bethany Mackin going toward the bucket. She gets fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. Her first trip to the line tonight. She'll have 2 coming up. And that one rattles in and out. So Mackin will get the second one. She goes 1 of 2 from the line. Artesian show a little bit of a press. Try to get White into a corner, and they're going to call a foul. That's tough there on Gracie. Gracie Johnson picks up the foul. That is third personal foul. 4 team fouls for the Artesians, 3 for Perry Meridian, so fewer fouls called here so far in this first half. As Mortensen, and this will be a kick on Kemp, and Perry Meridian will keep it. With 1:10 left to go in the third quarter. Low scoring third quarter here. 5-3 as Perry Meridian's outscoring the Artesians in this third quarter. Down low, Baird with it, puts it up, no good. Marlena Kemp fighting for it, can't get it. Baird puts the shot back up. Bethany Mackin now with it. She's being guarded by 4 players. There's got to be somebody down there. Patience Walker is wide open, finds Marlena Kemp down low, and she is fouled. And we'll go to the line. Unselfish basketball there by Patience Walker. Patience had a wide open 3. Found Marlena Kemp down low, and Kemp will go to the line for 2 free throws. First time for her at the free throw line tonight. Nothing but net. Artesian's really good from the free throw line so far this evening. Only 2 missed free throws, and the broadcaster Jinx got them. That's 3 missed free throws from Artesians, but still good shooting night from the Artesians at the charity stripe so far. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Artesians still with a nice lead, 36-19 against the Falcons of Perry Meridian, as Baird can't hang on to that one. Mortensen with it. Now Tiara White being guarded by Gracie Johnson. 22 seconds now. And a whistle away from the basketball. Looks like it's going to go against the Artesians, but who? It's going to be against Paige Dorsett, her third personal, team's fifth. .14 seconds now. Paige guarding Mortensen, and it's like we're going to get another foul. Hopefully this isn't on Paige. I saw Patience Walker put her hand in there. We'll see who the official gets it on. It is on Patience, so that's her third. So now Paige Dorsett and Patience Walker, each with 3 fouls apiece. As Mortensen hits the first free throw. We'll have one more coming up. Sally Mortensen, a perfect 5 for 5 from the charity stripe tonight. And Abby Bauman comes in for Paige Dorsett, making sure she doesn't pick up foul number 4. Mortensen perfect from the free throw line. Gracie Johnson, she's got 10 seconds, and the ball is knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Artesians. And an offensive foul going to be called on Bethany Mackin, and don't want that because now Bethany Mackin's picked up the foul, and Perry Meridian will have a chance to get the last shot. 7.8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So it's 17 fouls, so next foul committed by the Artesians. And it's a 5-second call, so the Falcons will give it right back to the Artesians. And now Martinsville with a chance to get the last shot of the quarter. Patience, little trouble getting it in. Gets it to Gracie, but loses it. Now Perry Meridian picks it up. It's poked away. 4 seconds left, and a foul is going to be called on the Artesians. And Coach Johnson facing her hands as she can't believe that series of events. You had the turnover, then you had a foul, so you send the Falcons to the line for a 1-and-1. It's number 25, Allie Dale. The only good news out of that is Allie Dale is 1 for 4 from the line tonight. She'll have a 1-and-1 opportunity here, 3.5 seconds to go. So first one's good. So Artesians, they can't wrap this one up yet. They've got a quarter left. So they've got a 14-point lead with Perry Meridian a chance to make it 13 with a whole nother quarter left, so don't go anywhere. Martinsville hasn't wrapped this one up yet as Perry Meridian definitely won that third quarter for sure. A little trouble getting it in, but finally does. Patience Walker, she may have a shot at it. Gives it to Paige. Paige puts up the shot. It's no good. Yeah, officials said it would have counted, but it did not fall, so at the end of the third quarter, Artesians, they still have a lead, but now a 13-point lead, 36-23. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this.
Sportsmanship doesn't happen just on the court or on the field or on the mat. It doesn't happen only in the pool or on the green or the track. It also happens in the stands, on the sidelines, on the web, and at home. That's because sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. We remind you to practice good sportsmanship at all high school sporting events. Treat athletes and officials with respect during competition and especially in social media. And support your team's coaching staff. Remember, sportsmanship has a face. Yours. A message from your high school and the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And welcome back, everyone, WREP 15 Sports, and thanks if you're watching live through YouTube.com. Artesians will start the quarter with the basketball. They've got a 13-point lead, but it was an 18-point lead coming out of the locker room. Patience Walker can't hit. Patience has 7 points, had them all in the first quarter, and since then just hasn't been able to find a way to get the ball in the hoop. She's doing other things good, just like that, forcing a jump ball. Now in the second quarter, she was on the bench quite a bit with 2 fouls. Artesians didn't miss a beat without her, but right now, Patience 7 points, all in the first quarter. Perry Meridian has kept her scoreless, the leading scorer for the Artesians. Artesian defense has been good. That third quarter, the main issue, their offense just would not click. Baird puts up the shot. It's no good. Loose ball. Baird gets it. And now Katie Baird all of a sudden it's an 11-point game. Artesians really need to get something going here. And that's another near turnover, but Bethany Mackin picks it up. She gets it across. Artesians really have to be careful. Paige Dorsett with the basketball. Marlena Kemp, little give and go to Patience Walker. She loses it, but Paige Dorsett there and hits the baseline jumper. Big bucket for Paige Dorsett is Artesians. You thought they might turn it over on that possession. And then Perry Meridian with a chance to make it single digits, but they get the bucket. And good basketball, but no, there's some contact there. Now we got to see what this whistle is. It looked like there was contact underneath the basket. Officials did not call that, but they called the foul against Perry Meridian, number 13, as the Artesians were coming down the court. So 6:33 left to go in this game. Girls varsity basketball, first of a doubleheader here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Martinsville girls, Martinsville boys, both playing Perry Meridian tonight. Bethany Mackin will step through. She's in some trouble trying to get it to somebody and gets it to Paige Dorsett. And Coach Johnson's going to call a timeout. She wants to talk some things over. The second half, just Artesians have not been crisp. The first half, great basketball, both ends of the court, both quarters, first and second. Artesians played really good quality basketball, but coming out of the locker room, this second half just hasn't quite been as crisp. Artesians have had some moments. Defensively, they've kept their intensity there, but offensively just hasn't been able to get in the rhythm that they had in the first quarter. As the other game in the auxiliary gym ends, I think that was the boys JV game was playing in the other gym. So little influx of people coming into John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Like I said, good crowd here. See some varsity basketball, and Bethany Mackin stepped on the line. It's going to be a turnover, and it's got to drive Coach Johnson crazy coming out of a timeout. So Artesian still a 13-point lead, under 6 minutes to go now. Good defense there by the freshman Wolf. Tried to get it down low, but threw it well over the head of number 30, Molly Armstrong, for Perry Meridian. Now Martinsville, let's see if they can capitalize on the turnover. Perry Meridian, little full court pressure. Got to get it in. Gets it to Marlena Kemp, but not quick enough. 5-second call. And Gracie Johnson back in. And like I said, Gracie Johnson is not one you're going to see blow up the scorebook in the scoring column, but she's that person that can handle the basketball and kind of steady some things, as Paige Dorsett takes that away. And you'll see her in here right now as Bethany Mackin doing a nice job. Gets it to Wolf, who cannot hit the jumper. Loose ball, last touch. Still waiting for a signal, but officials will say Martinsville touched it last, it will be Perry Meridian basketball. So kind of a mirror image of the third quarter. Artesian's struggling offensively, but defense is still doing a good job as Perry Meridian has not been able to get anything going as Patience Walker tips that away and will take it. And Wolf with it now, gets it to Gracie Johnson. Gracie, she just goes right down the middle, cannot hit the little floater, and Katie Baird will bring it up court. Thought Baird might have drug that foot as she passed it off, but no call. Dale loses it. Gracie Johnson picks it up. She's got Patience to her right, gets it to her. Patience, good job just to keep it from going out of bounds. And now the Artesians can reset. Coach Johnson waving her arms, telling her team to slow it up. 4.5 minutes to go. Artesians have the 13-point lead. And throws it away. Bethany Mackin was going back door. Wolf wasn't expecting her to, and that pass goes out of bounds. And taken away, Patience Walker with another steal. Gives it to Gracie Johnson. Gracie puts up the floater. It's no good. Mackin puts it up, and it falls through. Big bucket there by Mackin just to at least get some offensive rhythm going again, but the foul on the other end, and Perry Meridian with a chance to sink 2 free throws. Ariana Booker. But wrong person fouled as Gracie Johnson gets a nice ovation from the crowd as she just picked up foul number 5. So we will see. Someone's going to have to step up and really run the point, take care of the basketball, direct traffic. Because Gracie Johnson will end this game on the bench with 5 fouls as Booker does hit that free throw. Second free throw will go. And it is tipped. Bethany Mackin does get it back as Booker tipped that right back to her. Trailer with it. Gives it to Paige Dorsett. Dorsett. Baseline jumper. Paige Dorsett has really done a good job with that baseline jumper. And that's taken away. The freshman Wolf with the steal. Risky pass and stolen away by Baird. And Bethany Mackin will take it right back. So both teams in a bit of a too much of a hurry, and a ticky-tack foul there. Number 22, Ariana Booker. And that may be number 5 for her, and it is. So Booker has fouled out. So both teams with key players on the bench the rest of the way. 3 minutes, 29 seconds left. Artesians with a 42-27 lead. Good cut by Patience Walker, loses her footing, and Paige Dorsett gets fouled, but White gets the brunt of it, ends up on the floor, but she is the one that picked up the foul. So it's team foul number 7, so Paige Dorsett will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1. First free throw is good. You got to thank Paige Dorsett. Where would the Artesians be without her? That's her 5th point in this quarter. The only other person to score in the 4th quarter, Bethany Mackin with a bucket. Paige Dorsett hits them both. We got 6 points. Now the Artesians have their lead back to 17. So Artesians slowly but surely extending this lead and trying to put a stamp on the end of this game as the loose ball taken by Paige Dorsett. Delaney Wolf with it, and she's going to slow it up. Smart move by her. The freshman with a smart basketball move, just slow it up. 3 minutes left. The Artesians have a 17-point lead. They may just kind of run some clock here, make sure that they just take care of the basketball. And they'll come away with a win here and remain undefeated in conference play. And a foul on the freshman Wolf, so she'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. Artesian's coming off a loss last Tuesday, but a great game for, and that one's good. Great game for the Artesians. They played a very good ranked Bloomington South team at Bloomington South. Lost 50-52, had a lead through most of the game, but lost in the fourth quarter by 2 points, and that's in and out, but a good, strong offensive rebound by the freshman Trailer. And Delaney Wolf now with it. So Artesian's playing some good basketball and hopefully can get a win here. Trailer, she's going to go all the way and score. Ashlyn Trailer, her first points of the game. And now the Artesians with a 20-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go, and Trailer's going to take away another one. And now the Artesians feeling pretty comfortable here. Looks like they will go to 15-6 overall, 6-0 on the Mid-State Conference standings. Paige Dorsett can't hit the floater. Sectional drawing will be this weekend, Sunday afternoon. So come Sunday evening, Martinsville will know exactly their path to try to get a sectional championship. A long three, that hits the wire up top, so that's out of bounds. So the Artesians will know who they play in sectionals Sunday evening. And next week they will have a chance to win the conference title outright if they can beat Franklin. Franklin and Whiteland both with 4-1 records, so whatever their game situations are this weekend, if both of those teams go 5-1 and Franklin would happen to knock off Martinsville, then you'd have a three-way tie of 6-1 if Whiteland and Franklin will win out. But all Artesians have to do, we got a traveling call there, so that'll give the ball back to Perry Meridian. So Artesians, their championship is in their hands. They beat Franklin next week. The Mid-State Conference Championship will be all theirs for the 2018-19 season. And that's an outstanding feat for an Artesian team that lost so much. We're going to get a foul on the floor. Lost so much talent from last year's team. And a brand new coach, brand new philosophy, brand new coaching scheme. And to have a 15-6 record after tonight, be 6-0 in conference with a chance to win the conference championship outright, you've got to give tip your cap to Coach Johnson and her coaching staff for what they've done. I don't know if a lot of people would have thought that this Martinsville team would have been so successful with all the losses of the great players they had last year, their senior year, and a new coaching staff, new philosophy, new way of doing things. But yet here the Artesians are. And foul, that will send Martinsville to the line. It's Kenner Nunn, I believe, wearing number 1. Nunn gets the free throw. So 1:29 left to go. Artesians with a 19-point lead. So good start here for the doubleheader. Artesian girls win. Hopefully the boys can follow suit. They'll also play Perry Meridian tonight as soon as this game is over. We'll have a 20-minute break in between, and then Martinsville boys basketball. Martinsville taking on Perry Meridian. And Perry Meridian, coach on the sideline that Martinsville is familiar with. Coach Mark James, longtime coach at Franklin Central, then went on to coach at Ben Davis, won a state championship for the Giants, and then now in his first year for the head coach for the boys varsity team at Perry Meridian. So that should be a good one as the boys, Martinsville 5-7 overall, 1-2 in the conference. As girls finish this off here under a minute to go. Trailer gets it down low, tried to get it down low, no good. As some JV players getting some varsity time here in these final 2 minutes. John R. Wooden Gymnasium. But boys game coming up, like I said, Artesian's 5-7, 1-2 in the conference. Perry Meridian 6-6, 1-2 in the conference. So very similar records for both of these teams. And Artesians really could use a win. Bit of a skid here last few games. Really could get a win to get themselves feeling good here in the midway point for the boys season. This Trailer in a little bit of trouble. Does get it, but a foul. I think Jersey Tannehill will go to the free throw line. And that one's in and out. Second one good for Tannehill. So Coach Johnson for the Artesians, a lot of things that went well this game, but a few things to work on, obviously. Like I'm sure Coach Johnson, every game has something to work on. But that third quarter, you want to make sure that you fix some things that didn't go quite right, that led Perry Meridian to cut the lead to 11 late in this game. But then the fourth quarter, Artesians were able to turn it back up and extend that lead. Trailer tried to get it down low, but could not connect. Final seconds here at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Artesians will get the win, move to 15-6 overall, 6-0 in the conference. And I'm sure Coach Armstrong's not going to call for any fouls, and we can just dribble this one out. So stick with us if you're following us live on YouTube.com. In about 20 minutes, we'll have boys varsity basketball action, Artesians versus Perry Meridian. Girls varsity, they get the win here on a Friday night, 51-29. I'd like to thank the students who helped broadcast and produce this WREP broadcast. For Eric Meyer, I'm Eric Burns. We'll see you in about 20 minutes, everybody.